Trail and Le Garage. Okay, I'm back already. Thought today I'd try to get the swing arm at least stripped down somewhat or sanded or whatever so I can paint it. I've already started on some parts. These are that's the swing arm bolt, and whoa, these jobbers are off of the steering stem, which I got cleaned up. And actually the steering stem's over here soaking. And top tip, guys, if you don't have a solvent tank parts washer like I don't, one of your wife's baking pans will work just great, and if you clean it up good, they won't even notice. Anyway, the grease is coming off of that. It's going to look all right, and the shocks are going to get polished up today. I have some chrome polish, and I've got a makeshift buffer over there. As far as the swing arm goes, I bought a wire wheel to put on my angle grinder. Whoa! And this one, but it's way too aggressive, and you can see how it takes the corrosion off real quick and cleans the paint off real quick, but it leaves it pretty scratched up. So I think I'm going to avoid that and just use this one. Take a little time and some sandpaper. Didn't know what was going to work and what wasn't. And because I don't have a grinder buffer bench grinder thingy, I just improvised. I just took my angle grinder and I went and bought a polishing wheel for it. This is actually going to work pretty good. The pitting on those shocks is pretty bad, but I don't know, we'll get by. You can see how bad the shocks are, but I did just hit it a little bit right down here, and it seems to be taking that off, and I'd be happy with that. There's still a lot of pitting. That's not going to go away unless I spend a whole bunch of money and have somebody re-chrome and polish these, and even then, don't know how good they'd be. So I'm going to get to it. Plan today is polish up those shocks, get the paint off that swing arm and paint it, and then if it dries fast enough, and it should because it's hotter than hell here today, I will bolt it onto the frame with that big bolt there and a couple of top shock bolts, and the thing will kind of be sitting up on its own at that point in time. Alright, just one more thing. I don't have any music today because I edited out of my last video, but there was a tragic accident involving my Sony fold-up plastic headphones. I may as well just roll the tape here and show you what happened. Basically, the cord between my phone and the headphones got caught up in the buffing wheel, which wrapped around 87 million times, ripping the headphones from my head and tearing the cord out of the bottom of it. It's pretty much destroying everything. So, roll tape. Okay. Alright, well, I'm going to see if I can get this going. Put a little chrome polish on these things, and then we'll give it the buff job and see how much of this rust we can get off. Well, these aren't going to come out too good. You can see that the side that was probably facing out to the weather is pitted pretty bad, and then the side that was facing inboard to the bike is not quite as bad. So it came out nice. So what I may do is just put these back on so that the funky side's on the inside, and just call it good. What else you going to do? I think that's about as good as it's going to get with this little rig. I had to go to the
face mask because I was breathing in the dust off of this thing, and then this little cloth dealio is just chucking threads all over the place. Okay, in the words of many of my friends, good enough. Swing arm is ready for paint. Best way to do it was just get some sandpaper, go over everything with it, feather out all the scratches. Got all the rust off of that part, so that's cool. Came out all right. It didn't really etch the metal that bad, but it's all feathered out and ready to go. But I don't have any like Rust-Oleum primer because I want to try to keep the rust under control. I mean, you saw how bad it got up here. So tomorrow morning I'll run and get some Rust-Oleum gray, and I got black paint, and we'll get it sorted out because, as Neil Young said, rust never sleeps. We are now literally watching paint dry. Well, that thing's done. Came out all right. Actually came out way better than I thought it would. All that corrosion and messed up stuff here where the battery acid got to it, I got that all sanded out, and took paint really well. So stoked with that. It's got like 3 coats of some Rust-Oleum primer paint combo stuff. So that's done, and so is this video.